Welcome to Little Creek Bee Ranch. This morning we're going to do some tabletop lessons, do some more little block videos, which are really cool. I've had a lot of students comment in the past, hey, we like that stuff. That's pretty cool. So we watch kind of the hits and the interest that we get on certain video teaching styles, and since it's January 2022, it's like 17 degrees outside, so we're not going to be doing any bee work for a while. But here we can do some lessons on box manipulations. And I've had students ask me, oh, what is that? I don't understand. That's cool. I can understand. It's a pretty common question the first couple of years of beekeeping. So bees, we can't hurt them like cats. We got to be able to work with them and try to manipulate them and get them to do things that we want them to do. So this little video, we're going to do a number of these. This one's about swarm prevention strategy called a flip and twist. It's called a flip and twist. But we need to kind of establish your mind and thinking just a little bit about protocols and bee principles. So beekeeper protocols and bee principles. Beekeeping protocols is like what to do, when to do, how to do, that kind of stuff. What to do when you see a problem, when to do it, how to do it. That's protocols. Bee principles are, it's about a set of 45 to 50 bee principles. You can go back to our home website, littlecreekbeeranch.com, to the ebook library and look at the Bee Principles handbook. It's a $40 handbook. It's got a lot of principles, like 45, I think, is in there. And this is where a lot of beekeepers are kind of weak. Like, they don't completely understand what to expect in the bees. Like, we do certain things and we have an expectation of outcome, kind of what we should see them do later, et cetera, et cetera. So a bee principle. Here I'll give you a couple so you have a good example. One of them is bees prefer nectar over sugar water. That's a simple one that always trips up new beekeepers. New beekeeper will give a hive a quart jar of sugar water and go, whoa, man, I'm helping them out. Well, in a week's time, they've hardly touched it. And then the beekeeper's expectation is not right. And they call and say, oh, I'm so worried something's wrong with them. They're not taking it down. So no. They're after nectar. They're after nectar. Bees prefer nectar over sugar water. Now, they'll get to the sugar water. They know it's there. It's just like, we'll get to it. But we want this nectar really bad. And they're going to really hit the nectar hard if there's a really heavy nectar flow. If there's not a really heavy nectar flow like July or August, they'll hit that sugar water pretty hard. All right? Bees prefer nectar over sugar water. Here's another one. Queens love the dark. Queens love the dark. You put a queen loose down on top of two frames, provided they've already accepted her, and boy, she'll dash down, boom, like you're delivering maybe a swarm to the top box of some frames, and you see the queen, and you go to grab her, and boy, she goes right down in between those frames. Queens love the dark. And there's a whole list of these principles you just learn over time. Okay? So swarming. Bees love to swarm. This is how they propagate the species. You need to learn a whole lot about swarming. We have classes, we have Zoom classes, we have face-to-face classes in Inola, Oklahoma. And students have come from all over out here to some pretty cool classes. From Spartanburg, Texas, Salt Lake City, Utah, from Kansas City, Missouri, Oklahoma City, Fayetteville, all around. People are hungry to learn. They want to learn. And we teach. Man, we teach some pretty heavy stuff. Pretty cool. Okay, so let's get on to the lesson. You'll see my blocks here. On the side, we have written, what the block is, a brood box or a medium or whatever. But this scenario is for doing a flip and twist on a medium set to keep the girls at home. Your mission as a beekeeper is to keep more bees at home. And bees being bees, they're very intelligent. So if you're new to beekeeping, well, welcome to the game. Because they're highly intelligent and you're going to have to work hard at outfoxing them. Okay, so I'm going to warn you right now. They're going to put you on your heels. They're going to throw your face in the mud. And after a couple of years, you're going to go, Dad, gum. It's like, yeah. They're highly intelligent, so you really do have to have some strategies and got to bring your A game. So what you see here on the table are two rails. This is how we set up our bees in the field. 4x4, 8-foot beams, 4-inch by 4-inch, 8-foot beams, two of them. And then we'll set a cinder block under them. One cinder block here and one cinder block there. And I put here kind of a little white paper. It says my home. It's upside down to you, but it says my home. Bees, this is another bee principle. Bees are spot sensitive. Bees are spot sensitive. So that little spot on the earth is their home, until you decide to move them or whatever you're going to do. But that spot is their home. Okay, so watch this. So let's say I have, here's a medium box, okay? A medium box. This is my screen bottom board. Medium box. And another medium box. Two mediums. Now, I could go into some other lessons. I got to break all these lessons up into one. These just kind of little vignettes of strategic lessons so that you have a good understanding. So let's say that this colony here has given you a solid swarm indication. It could be an acoustic indication. It could be you opened them up and saw queen cells. I lean heavily on acoustics. You can look at our website for acoustic beekeeping. Look at the page titled Acoustic Beekeeping and learn more about Apivox Smart Monitor, an app that you can purchase and download. It is very powerful, very accurate, and very cool. We teach that all the time. But I want to know from the bees, what are your intentions today? What will the bees give me today? That's really an important mindset to come out to the apiary with. What will my bees give me today? So now I have a double medium. I like double mediums. That's where I make most of my honey. The double deeps are a little bit different strategy for us, but here in the double medium set, I will run a double medium and then I'll put a queen excluder on top and then I'll super up from there if the colony is stable. Why do we want to super something up when a colony's not stable? We'd just be pulling boxes back off later. So it's kind of wasted effort and labor and time. We want to make darn sure that the colony's stable, all right? So first we got to make sure they're stable. But here in this case, maybe we're coming into late March, early April, and this colony is pretty well full of bees, and you're going, man, they are going to kick into a swarm mode here, and maybe for sure they've given you a solid indication that they're going to swarm. So here's just a side note. If you come to the side of the colony and you thump them with a fat part of your hand, with this fat part of your hand, boom, down low, boom. And listen to their hiss. Now, real simple. This is a simple little tip. You can get a little toy spy ear. It's called a spy ear. Sometimes you can find them on eBay. A spy ear. And we just hold it up under the colony, up under the screen bottom board, and thump them. And bees hiss a report. So if the colony is stable, you'll hear this. Sss. Real fast, high hiss. Fifth of a second, real fast and high, real short. Okay, I'll thump them twice and I hear a fast, high hiss. Sss. Okay, cool, man. The girls are saying, hey, leave us alone. We're cool. We own the house. We're not going anywhere. We're stable. Good, I like that. But maybe I come along and thump the side down here and I hear shh. I go, whoa, that's not normal. That's not normal. Or maybe I hear this. Shh. Hear that? I've heard that before. Sometimes hear nothing. Sometimes I thump them hard and hear nothing, and you'd almost think there's no bees in there. If you thump them and you hear nothing, they're getting ready to leave in 2 or 3 days. Okay, you can mark it down. So we want to strategically get out ahead of them. Now watch this. So this colony has given us a solid indication of wanting to swarm. So I'm going to bring in another bottom board. Of course, we're going to smoke them, right? Smoke them. And this is all the set is right now. We're early spring. This is early spring. 2 mediums. Whoops. See it? It says it says medium. 2 mediums. They go by different names. Illinois. They go by Illinois, mediums, whatever. So we're going to slide the whole shootery over. And this is why we believe in a free zone. I may have another colony sitting over here. I may have another colony sitting here. But I'm going to slide them over. Now I'm going to bring in a new bottom board. Here comes a new bottom board. This is very technical. This is very powerful, very simple thing. We're going to take the top box. It goes right down, just like that. Nothing hard. Then we're going to take the bottom box and turn it 180 degrees and put it like that on top. And this bottom board gets brushed off and taken away. Now what we have done is a flip and a twist. We have flipped these boxes and taken the top box and turned it. And inside we have taken the brood pattern and changed it. And for some reason, I can't tell you why, for some reason, the girls go, darn, I missed the swarm again. And they stay home. Works nicely. Works nicely. Doesn't work on double deeps. Sorry. Too much area. Too much area on the frames. So double mediums, this works really, really nice. We like that. Okay, so man, I did a flip and twist. Oh, cool, man. They're going to stay home. I can put on a queen excluder and then super them up as we go. When they fill one box, I give them the next one. In about 3 or 4 weeks, they'll fill that, and I can give them another one, and I just keep up with the momentum. All right. Now you'd think, okay, cool, done. Well, yeah, that works, and it will work a second season. So now, on that second season, the queen is either 2 or 3 years old. But that third season, you need to address the queen. She will be old, and likely drying up, not laying well. So you can't just assume, oh, I can do this every season. No. We want to do it a couple of years in a row and then track the queen and go, okay, this is like her second year with me, and maybe it's a swarm I caught the first year, so she's probably 3 years old. Oh, I need to replace her, get her out, whatever. I need to replace the queen. All right, you do have to address that. But it doesn't work well on double deeps because the big area of the frame just doesn't trick them enough. Just doesn't work. But double mediums, oh, we like that very much. I'll do it again. It's real simple. So here's my bottom board. This is, again, double mediums. They're just starting out in the springtime. And this little strategy is nice because I don't have to dig down and find the queen and pull a split and blah, blah, blah. Some of the other colonies you'll have to. So I like to run, maybe 40%, 50%, maybe more, 40 to 60% of the colonies. I'll try to get them set up in a double medium so I can take advantage of flip and twist because it's an easier swarm prevention strategy versus a shoot shake or digging down for traditional frame splits. You got to find the queen. For traditional swarm prevention strategies, the number one issue is the queen must be removed. Not killed, I didn't say that. But the queen must be removed with a large majority of the bees. And there's different ways to do that. But this strategy is very cool. Double medium, giving me the indication of swarming. I'll slide them in the middle. Now, if you have colonies sitting here in the middle, you can't maneuver, can you? Yeah, see, that's why we believe in a free zone in the middle. It will look odd. It will look like, oh, you could put a colony there. And then I've done that, not thinking like, what am I doing? I'm taking away my maneuver room. So I'll come back in with a new bottom board. I'll smoke them on the porch. I'll take the top box and I'll put it back down on the new bottom board. That box gets picked up and turned 180 degrees. And the old bottom board gets dusted off of bees and set out the side. And you have done a flip and twist. And you go, oh my gosh, oh, it's so sweet. Well, now watch, we're not done. This will work as long as there's no queen cells present. Wet queen cells present. If there's wet queen cells present, the girls are already down the road on you. So you might as well just do a traditional frame split or a shoot shake and get the old queen removed. So let me go back again. So what we can do, if you learn, now you got to work at this. If you learn some acoustic strategies, then you really do have an upper hand of the bees. You're a little bit further ahead strategically of the bees. But you still have to combine acoustic strategies with visual strategies. Okay, so let's combine the acoustics and the visual. So I go ahead and I thump them, boom, and I don't hear that fast, hard hiss. That's an ownership hiss. That means they're stable. But what I hear is shh, shh, shh. That's very, very typical, very atypical of a colony in swarm mode. So I hear that and go, wow, well, they're in swarm mode. I just don't know how far down the line they are. You also need to study Eddie Wood's timeline. That's going to be coming up. We're going to be doing some more classes on Eddie Wood's timeline. So one thing we can do before we do a slide is smoke them. Take the top box, pull it forward, back to your tummy, about 2 inches, 2 or 3 inches, and with one hand, raise it and hold the box. Now don't let it fall over. Hold the box. Make sure it's held upright. Then you may have to, with one hand, you're going to hold the box and smoke on the front to get the bees out of the way so you don't crush a lot of bees. And hold the box. And you're looking on this underside here. You're going to smoke the bees this way. Smoke them, get them going that way, and get them going down. So that you can look in this middle area for any queen cells or wet queen cups. And you'll be able to readily see them. And here's why. When I close this back down, tell me, where would I find the queen cells? In the middle of the cluster. In the middle of the cluster. So I'm going to smoke them. I'm going to pull it back about 2 or 3 inches, hinge it up, smoke it at the hinge so I don't crush the bees. Hold it up there, smoke the bees on the bottom to push them up out of the way, smoke them here to get them down, and inspect those bottom frames. And I should see any queen cups. If they're dry, if like I look at them good, like all of them are dry, good, a flip and a twist would probably work. So let's say they're wet queen cups, and oh gosh, I got a queen cell. Now, I'm getting really picky here. If a queen cup has a larva and royal jelly in it, it's still a cup. It doesn't become a cell till it's capped over, day 6 or day 8 of the timeline. So if you see any queen cells that are capped, they're about to leave, because that's the last chore they have to do. It usually takes them 2 or 3 weeks to work up to actual leaving for a swarm event. So it's not an overnight thing. It takes 2 or 3 weeks to do this. We're trying to catch them on the early end and the front end. We don't want to come to day 6 and go, oh my gosh, look, queen cells capped over. If I find capped cells, my flip and twist just went to the side. That's not going to work because they've already put down queen cells. So I'm going to have to do a shoot shake or a traditional frame split. I'm going to have to use a different strategy. But let's say I found dry queen cups. I don't know, 10 of them, 10 or 12, more than just 2 or 3. You want to really look. And they'll be in that center of that cluster on the bottom of the box. Slide it over. If they're all dry cups, now I can take advantage of this. And I'm going to set a new bottom board in. Box goes down. Box gets turned 180 degrees and set on top. Dust off the bees. Bottom board goes away. Now that worked, okay? But the variable is if there's wet queen cups. Then if there's wet queen cups, they've outfoxed us again, and we've got to be ready to shift quickly on our feet and do a traditional frame split or a shoot shake or a Taranov shook or a walk-away box split. You've got different strategies, but it's based upon what the bees are already doing inside the house. And these are called box manipulation strategies, and you just are going to learn how to perform box manipulations. And these are protocols, what to do, when to do, how to do. And it's a skill you develop. Otherwise, if you don't learn stuff like this, man, they're just going to throw you down the mud, throw you on your heels, and probably get away. And you go, darn, well, that's the inherent part of beekeeping, is they're smart. These little things we call honeybees, they are smart girls. And you really do have to bring your A game. Okay, so there's flip and twist. I'll let you watch the video. You can back it up and watch it again and again. Flip and twist, provided that there's dry queen cups. But if they're wet queen cups, or if they're capped over, particularly if they're capped over, man, you got to pull, shoot, shake, frame split, something. You really got to do that. Also, if you see a queen cell that's like capped over And you think, oh, that's just kind of small. That must be bad. No, 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 no. They grow like Pinocchio's nose. You see a little queen cell that's capped over. As the days go by, and that cocoon will grow, and those girls will cover it with wax as it grows like Pinocchio's nose. So don't understand what you're seeing here, okay? And when that queen cell is long, and the tip looks fuzzy, provided it's long, and the tip looks fuzzy, like, what's that fuzz? That's the cocoon tip fibers of the cocoon, and the bees have pulled wax off of that tip. They've pulled wax off the tip of the cocoon. So the queen cuts her way out. So I'm very queen tip sensitive. Now if it's short, it's just a short queen cell, it's growing. It's going to grow. But if it's already long, then if it's long, I'm going to look at this tip. And if the wax has been pulled away from the tip of the queen cell, that queen's going to chew her way out in 24 hours, and out she comes. And it won't be long before the bees have already left. They're going to leave anyway. Okay, so there's some more block videos coming. I've written down a list here. We'll package these up for our advisory students, all the block videos, because they're really, really good strategies. They're really good things you need to learn. If you like what we do and whatever state you're in, it doesn't matter what state you're in. We can still teach you. Bees don't know state lines and county borders and stuff like that. Bees operate by principles. Your environment may be different, that's true, but bees still operate by a set of principles. All I got to do is check your weather in your local area, and I can find out what the bees are doing, because the bees are operating by a set of principles. So you just got to be open-minded and think about what we teach. You can look at littlecreekbeeranch.com, go to the Personal Advisor Program. That's a private coaching service that we use to teach students across the country. It's pretty cool, pretty intense. There's a lot of value there. It's a subscription, a monthly subscription, $29.95 a month to teach. But man, you're getting free Zoom classes. You're getting monthly newsletters with strategies and tips. You're getting conference calls at the end of the month, personal one-on-one phone appointments with me. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm excited about that. We've been doing that for about 3 years now, and that's really, really growing quick. If you have questions, text us. Find us. Basic information, how you contact us, is on the face page of the website, littlecreekbeeranch.com. There's a flip and twist strategy for you. I hope you gain from that, and we'll check you later.